Welcome everyone. Well, here on the near and west side of Madison, we got some good rain today. Quite a bit of rain actually for the first time in a long time, and then we got sun. So it's been great. So this time we're going to focus on balance in the physical sense and in the spiritual sense. And this is really one of the main foundations of Qigong is always remaining in balance and finding a way to be balanced or steady or calm in different postures or movements or states of mind or situations. So when we're learning balance, whether it's this kind of balance, or more of a moving balance, we're actually dealing with balance in the whole system, the whole body-mind system. And this is what the Tai Chi, the yin and yang symbol, is a symbol, among other things, of balance, of a balancing black and white, or traditionally it was red and white, and left and right, and motion, because it's a moving kind of image, and stillness is this whole circle. So it's really key, I would say, to a lot of the practice we're doing. Balance is another word, I think, for equanimity. And the sutras are translated often to talk about equanimity, which I think is, there's many ways to understand equanimity, but I think one way is balance. It's that we're remaining balanced in any given moment, and that we seek balance. The skillful means quality of balance is keeping our balance, right? So if we're standing one-legged and we start tipping left, well, when we go right. So keeping our balance is the skillful means part, whether it's physically, so we don't fall down, or maybe it's in our meditation practice, where we need to use our mindfulness to detect, well, am I getting sleepy? Am I losing energy? Do I need to sort of increase my breathing, open my eyes, or is my mind really frantic? Is it unbalanced in too much energy, and I need to slow or calm myself down or bring myself into the body? So the skillful means of finding balance, recognizing we've lost our balance, finding balance is the skillful means part of balance. So we'll be going through, we're going to be going through all of that. And we'll touch into the jhanas a little bit, if some of you are familiar with those in this practice. So for the beginning of balance, we'll talk about balancing left and right, and up and down, and front and back. Okay, so if you draw a line between my hands, so it goes through the heart. Okay, so left and right go through the heart, and then touching heaven, touching earth, up and down go through all the dantians, certainly, and then front to back, if we do gathering chi from behind, or many of the movements. So we can kind of picture the heart as a nexus, meaning a place where three different things come together. And those different things are the horizontal, the vertical, and then the depth dimension front and back. So those all sort of come together here, which is the middle. In the chakra system, there's 3 chakras below, 3 chakras above. So this is the middle. So that's the foundation of what we'll be going through. So we begin really our exploration of balance right away, as soon as we stand, and just dropping our attention down to the bottoms of our feet. Now, sometimes, for me anyway, and I think for a lot of people, the balance stance may change a little day to day. And like right now, I feel like I need to move my feet a little closer for some reason. So we want to balance left and right with our feet. And if you want to play with this a little, you can open your stance too much, and you can really feel that there's pressure on the insides of the feet, and the knees are kind of going together. It's really obviously not right. If we're relaxed, I mean, if we're rigid, you could stand with a wide stance, but in Qigong we want to be upright and relaxed. So if we're too wide, that's not good. So we find where it feels balanced, left to right, and that's one of the first things that we do. So we're dropping our attention down, seeing that we're firmly rooted. And right away, that's a balance between our intention, which is not an object. So it's up, it's abstract, it's consciousness. So the balance between our intention to be balanced and the body standing on the earth. So already we've done left to right and up and down. If we were just off in our thinking somewhere, we wouldn't be grounded. Okay, so we're invoking this intention to be balanced, and that counterbalances being balanced up and down. And front to back, if you just rock gently on your feet and sort of move your upper body front and back, you can feel the pressure shifting on your feet from when you're leaning forward, it's on the balls and toes, and then it goes around the outside, and when you're leaning back, it's on your heels. So we want to be not so much in the middle, but the whole foot on the ground, the whole foot. So already we're dealing with left, right, front, back, and up and down. So then bringing our attention up from the feet, moving it up through the center axis of the body, center line, move it up through the perineum and through the belly, the lower dantian, and aligning these, and the heart, and aligning all of these, or checking that they're aligned. So up and down and left and right are obvious. Front and back takes a little bit of remembering, because we're so focused on our front. It's natural. Our eyes are to the front, and everything is pointing to the front, and the back behind us is sort of left out. So if we come up, bringing ourselves up to the heart, then that goes front and back, so behind us as well as in front of us. If you visualize this vertical axis, and then you visualize the axis front to back going through the heart, we can kind of easily visualize it going forward, and then it goes also behind, straight through us, behind us. And then when we activate that, behind us, there's this whole other feeling sense of all the feeling of our back, the backs of our legs. And that front, which is just so obvious to us, the back is just as real. So now we're centered front to back. We're not just always focused on what's ahead of us. And so in terms of consciousness, if we're always focused on the front, we're always looking to the future. If we're focused on the back, then we're including the past, even just the moment that just passed. So all of this is going on. We haven't even moved yet. we're standing here in standing position 1 or standing mountain. And there's great power in just coming into balance. Okay, another focus about being in the heart is that we're in touch with the lungs and the breath. And then another aspect of balance is inside and outside. And the breath is one of our interfaces. We're bringing the air from outside into our system, and we're breathing it back out. Okay, and then bowing to the directions. Let's dip the knees a little so we go down before we come up. And then we have left and right coming together at the heart. And you can place your hands together or slightly apart. Okay, and let's just bow to the center. Okay, let's bow to the north. And to the east. And to the south. And to the west. Up. Okay, good. Okay, well let's begin with Trembling Mountain. And do this however it feels right for you right now. Let's go for one more minute. Okay, ready? Let's stop on 3. 1, 2, 3. Okay, let's loosen up our neck and shoulders. And then when you're ready, just breath, expanding the breath. And let's do 2 more. Okay, and then rocking the pelvis. So maybe you can sense into how much you want to move or you're able to move. You don't want to be causing any pain, but just keeping this flexible. It's right where the spine meets the pelvis in the back, the lower back. Okay, and then circling the pelvis. Again, I mean, you can just do this subtly if you want to. And we want to avoid pain, but yet we want this to be flexible so that we can keep our balance. Excuse me just a minute. I think I have to put this on speaker view. I get feedback sometimes from the YouTube people who want it. They prefer it this way. Sorry. Okay, and now the simple balancing exercise. So when we put the hands out front, we tend to tip forward. Can you notice that? Just putting the hands out there. So we need to compensate. Let's do that once more. So here we're centered on the bottoms of the feet. And then as we do this, can you feel it? The weight shifts toward the balls of the feet as soon as the arms go up. So we have to compensate and lean back just a little bit. Okay, so front to back. Okay, and now shifting to the left, all the way to the left. And that center line is still there, and it's going on the left foot. And when you're balanced, and then you can feel the shifting of that center line over to the right foot. Okay, and now shifting to the left again. And notice what happens with the thinking mind when you're doing this. When you're keeping your balance, we're focused, aren't we? We're feeling into that foot, feeling the balance. Generally shuts the thinking down. Shifting this way. If we're just sitting in a comfy chair, the mind doesn't have to focus on the body, so it can just take off. But here, the mind and body are really unified. And then go ahead and play with this if you want to. If you want to move the hands in some way, that's fine. But if you put a little bit of attention on the everyday thinking mind, you'll probably notice that it's quiet. It's much quieter. Okay. Okay. Very good. So let's come back into standing one. And I just want to remind you of the teaching about invoking the opposite. Remember this? We've done a couple on this. So, in other words, just something simple. So, if I take an in breath, I can imagine all this light coming into the body and filling the body. And then an out breath, the light radiates out. So it's sort of natural. So one of the actually major practices in Qigong is invoking the opposite. So we can practice taking an in breath, so the body fills up, the belly comes out. But we're going to visualize the opposite. We're visualizing everything going out. And then likewise with an out breath, we visualize everything light coming in. It's called reverse breathing. So, and likewise, if we're going to do touching heaven, touching earth, before we move, we're going to sink down, and then we're going to send, when you come back up, and standing up sends that top hand up. The bottom hand's already pretty much there. And the meditation here is we're both up and down. So if we move our eyes up and our attention up, simultaneously we're visualizing going down. They co-arise, up and down co-arise. Okay, and then coming in here, we're bringing this together. And same with this. So we're centered in the heart, left and right co-arise. Can we be with left and right at the same time? Of course we can. And can we be up and down right now? Aware of up and down. Okay, we come back. Okay, now up and down at the same time. Consciousness goes way, way, way up and way down at the same time. And then bring in left and right. So also left and right. Okay, and back here. Okay, now let's do front and back. So this is turning. This is like touching heaven, touching earth, only front to back. And then come back. Let's do one more on each side. Okay, now up and down and front to back. So this is touching the sky, touching the sea. So let's put our left foot out. And we've done this before. So this is lean back, up, and then as you go down, it's like tying the shoe. So we're going to cross the wrists at the foot. So lean down, forward, cross the wrists, come back up, sit back, touching the sky, bend at the waist. So move with your breath. So this is up and down. Also, it's front to back. We're tying our shoe, we're in the front, and here we're in the back. Okay, let's do one more. Okay, and now switch, so right foot is forward. And so sitting back, looking up, and then bend at the waist, cross the wrists, come up. So we're bending the back knee as we go down, but the front leg is staying straight. Touching the sky, touching the sea. Let's do two more. Okay, another front to back. So boat rowing in the stream of air. And so in this one, we're going to bend at the waist. Our hands are going to come up. Then as we straighten up, our hands go back behind us. So sense into that feeling, if you will, of the hands behind the body, the palms behind the body. So a sense of that space behind us. Yeah, let's do two more. Okay, now wave hands through clouds. So this is inside and outside. Palm is facing up to the sky, down to the earth. And if your right hand is on top, turn to the right, switch. So balancing left and right, balancing up and down, balancing inside and outside. This is the outside part. We're focusing as if there's an eye in each palm. And what that eye is looking at So, well, which eye do you focus on? Well, both of them. So we're looking up and we're looking down. Now your actual eyeballs are neutral here. You can be watching the hands or just have a neutral gaze. Okay, good. And now let's go ahead and switch so that the eyeballs, then the palms are facing each other. Now this is internal. This is inside. We just did outside, now we're doing inside. So in terms of the heart, the outside is the breath. The inside is the heart that's moving the blood within this system. And we're moving the chi between the palms, around the microcosmic orbit and the torso. So we're balancing outside and inside. Okay, let's reduce these movements. Okay, so Trisha Yu calls this holding the ball. This is holding the ball at the middle dantian. The connection between the palms and the heart area. So this accentuates the vertical. So this activates that vertical column in the body, around the body. So we're moving the hands and we're focusing on the palms and the hands, but we're also moving our attention within the body, inside the body. Up and down at the same time. Okay, and then same thing, we keep the connection, so side to side. Now this is going out beyond the body, coming back into the body. So beyond, and it's not so as much a connection between the palms as it is this growing awareness of the space around the body. So we're sort of opening into this field of space around the body, including behind the body. Okay, let's reduce the movements. Okay, so just be aware of the connection between the palms and to the heart, and extending that front and back, left and right, and then the vertical axis from this earth up to the heavens. And so the nexus of all this is the heart area. Okay, let's go ahead and come back to standing. Okay, let's bring up our bench. or stool. So sitting upright, we're going to feel the verticality down and up, going right through the body, the alignment. And drop the chin a little bit. Okay, and aware of that which is in front of the body. Kind of feel out into the space, that which is behind the body. Left and right, all around. Okay, and let's practice using our eyes. So eyes are closed and neutral gaze. And then looking within the body, moving the eyes up and looking way up and moving the attention way, way up, out beyond the body, way up into the universe. And at the same time we're doing this, we're also aware of the connection down into the planet. And that there's a body here, and that there's also consciousness here. Consciousness is going up, the body is here, sitting here. And with the in-breath, we breathe the light, the stars in, fill up the body. With the out-breath, we breathe the stars out. And now let's practice the opposite as well. With the in-breath, we breathe the stars out. With the out-breath, we breathe them in. Aware of that which is way above, and sitting body and down below. And aware of the space all around the body, extending out in all directions. So the nexus of all this can be the heart. And then we want to go into the heart, expand the heart so that it goes out completely and out in all directions. It's not just a single place anymore. It goes out, 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 infinitely out, and we are in infinite space. There's nothing in all directions. We're in infinite space. It's not contained. At the same time, we're right here in this body. The body is in infinite space. We are the body, and we are the space. We are the body, we are the space. And focusing on the space. There's stillness. No forms, no colors. This is boundlessness, no boundaries. And just as there's a feeling of tingling in the body, there's a sense of energy in the space. It's infinite and it's it's packed with energy. So we are vast, boundless. Now the mind will naturally rebound back into the body, maybe even touch into thinking a little or not. And then it can return, let go, and return into this infinite space. And being one with that, as soon as there is a sound or a thought, we immediately sort of reform. And then we let go and sort of disappear. And the in-breath, we come into being. The out-breath, we go into non-being. And the breath becomes very smooth. There are no opposites in this space. And no objects. Relax the body. Now let's drop back into a sense of equanimity. That means everything is here, everything is balanced. inside and outside, balanced, left and right, balanced, up and down, balanced, front and back, balanced. So this is coming into the body. This is stability, very stable. And at the same time, we're infinite. Now the last thing coming into the heart, the nexus of left, right, up, down, front, back, inside, outside. This node is one node in the net of Indra, which is infinite connections. This one being is connected to all that is through this vast interconnected web. It goes right through us, front to back, left to right, up and down. Okay, so let's take a few more breaths. And slowly, maybe move your fingers a little, your toes, open your eyes a little bit. Come fully back into your senses. And be aware of the space around you, not just the objects, space all around, particularly behind you. Okay, well, that was 55 minutes, if that means anything to you. So on the count of 3, let's clap our hands. 1, 2, 3. Make heat. Massage our eyeballs, eye sockets. Comb back our hair. Tug on our ears. And tap our kidneys. Massage our kidneys. Okay. And now we're going to go back into gallery view, and we're going to stop the recording.